NCAA tournament continues this Thursday night, the start of the Sweet 16. 4 games this Thursday, 4 games on Friday. I'm giving you every game free here, videos on Wager Talk TV. Hi, I'm Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on Wager Talk TV, and I'm breaking down all 4 of your Thursday night Sweet 16 games. And don't forget, I'll be back with all 4 games for Friday in another video as well, so make sure you click subscribe, click the bell here on Wager Talk TV so you never miss out. Quick thumbs up, like, positive comment below, and I will keep every tournament game coming free for you here on this channel. All right, we're going to go down to start time order on Thursday night. We, of course, have 2 venues for you. The first game starts in San Jose, California at 7:10 Eastern on CBS. Texas and Purdue, and we see Purdue as a hefty 7.5-point favorite. Over-under's risen a bit up to 149, 149.5 in this one. And let's focus on the total. First of all, would love to fade Purdue in this game. I think they're a little bit of a phony team after 2 big wins over Queens and Miami of Florida, in which they were 22 for 38 from three-point range in those games, while holding their opponents to just 12 for 44 from behind the arc. So extreme three-point percentage differences in those games. In fact, overall from 2-point range, they were outshot by a total of 4 points. So it really was three-pointers that got it done for them against Queens and Miami of Florida. So that's the type of team I usually look to fade. The problem is, not sure we want to back Texas either, as they're coming off 3 big wins in a row. The play-in game last Tuesday, and then, of course, the win against BYU on Thursday, and then a big upset win against Gonzaga on Saturday. So 2 play-against teams. So let's look at the total instead in this one. And I do like the under. As I mentioned, I think Purdue is due to cool off from three-point range after 2 extreme outlier performances. And Texas does not give up many three-point shots. In fact, they rank 20th in the country for the smallest percentage of total shot attempts from three-point range. Out of 365 teams, they're the 20th in the country. They give up only 33% of their shots from 3. And Purdue is an excellent three-point shooting team, the 6th best three-point shooting team in the country. Don't think they're going to get as many looks, though, in this game. Meanwhile, Purdue's defense does give up a lot of threes, and that's why it's unusual that they held their 2 opponents in check last week. But Texas doesn't take many threes, and they don't shoot the 3 well. So here again, I don't think either team's going to have a lot of success from three-point range, and that gets me liking the under 149 in this one. Also point out that Texas scores high percentage of their points from the free throw line. Purdue does not put their opponents on the charity stripe. So I think both teams struggle to score here. I like the under 149, and don't forget, both teams play slow half-court basketball. Purdue, one of the slowest teams remaining in the tournament. Texas is also a half-court slow-down team. Slower pace, not a lot of three-point shots, 2 good defenses. I like the under 149 between Texas and Purdue. Tips off at 7:10 Eastern on CBS. All right, your other venue on Thursday night is Houston, Texas. And we'll start with the early game at 7:30 Eastern. Iowa, the 9 seed against the 4 seed Nebraska. Cornhuskers opened as about a 2.5 to 3-point favorite, but we have seen some early money this week come in on the Hawkeyes as the dog. Also seen some money coming on the under, pushing it down to 132. I disagree with that move on the side here. I like Nebraska in this game. Iowa coming off what probably is one of the 2 biggest upsets in the tournament. Obviously, High Point beat Wisconsin was big, but Iowa beating Florida outright as a 10.5-point dog is a huge upset as well. And I liked Florida in the game. I mentioned them in the video last week, so obviously I wanted to see them winning cover. But when it looked like they weren't going to cover late in the game, I was actually happy to see them lose outright, because that's the 1 seed I did not have in my Final Four. Those of you that got my bracket last week know that I took Illinois in this region. So getting Florida out of the way is definitely big. And we'll talk about the Illinois-Houston game in a moment. That's going to be a really tough test for both those squads. But it's setting up for good for the winner of the Illinois-Houston game to advance, as they would face the winner of this game. And obviously they'd be a good-sized favorite over either Nebraska or Iowa. I think Nebraska is the team that advances for a few reasons. First of all, I rate them as the better team overall. Also, don't mind fading Iowa after the big underdog, double-digit underdog straight-up win. It was a legit win, though. They actually outscored Florida by 4 points from 2-point range. But Nebraska, meanwhile, a very impressive win against what I thought was a very good Vanderbilt team. Vanderbilt and Illinois were my 2 sleepers in this region, and Vandy got bumped. Really good offensive team in Vanderbilt, but Nebraska held them in check and also outscored Vanderbilt by 18 points from 2-point range. They gave up 13 threes and still won the game outright. I look for them to hold Iowa in check. Iowa plays extremely slow half-court basketball, but Nebraska is also comfortable in the half-court set. They also like a slower pace of play, and I feel like they do it better. Also, if you look at the effective field goal percentages, both teams are pretty equal, but Nebraska has a huge edge defensively in this game, especially from an effective field goal percentage defense. They rank 35th in the nation. Iowa ranks only 248th. Nebraska takes a lot of threes, and Iowa gives up a decent amount of them. Nebraska gives up a lot of threes, but that is not the strength of the Iowa offense. Iowa needs to score more from 2-point range. I think they're going to have a tough time doing it against a strong interior defense. I like the matchup here, and I also like the fact that Nebraska, I think, is a better team, better defense, and we've seen this line actually drop. So we get some good line value now with the Huskers in a basic straight-up win situation, minus the 1.5 to -2. That's at 7:30 Eastern. On that game, by the way, on truTV and TBS. They're doing the double dip again on both networks. All right, we'll go to your third game. We'll go back to San Jose, California, 9:45 Eastern. Arkansas, Arizona. This should be the best game of the night. Although, I don't know. Illinois, Houston is also a pretty good one. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, the two late games look fantastic. Two different type of games, though. That Illinois-Houston game might be lower scoring, but this Arkansas-Arizona game should be the highest scoring game of the night. In fact, the total's currently sitting around 166, which is much higher than the other totals on the board by anywhere from 15 to 20 points. In fact, this is almost 32 points higher than the Nebraska-Iowa game we just talked about. So it should be a fast pace of play. And whenever we get two teams that are going to go run and gun, a couple things I want to look for. First of all, I prefer the better team. I think that's Arizona here. But I also prefer the team that's going to get more easy baskets. And I think that's Arizona for a couple reasons. Neither team takes many three-point shots. Arizona and Arkansas do not rely on the three. They both have excellent players that can score in transition. And yes, Arkansas probably has the best player in the court in Darius Acuff Jr. Looks like he's going to be an NBA star, power guard, 6'3" freshman, just playing it fantastic. And of course, they've got an excellent backcourt. Thomas, also an excellent freshman for Arkansas. But then again, we got several freshmen on Arizona also. So young teams, but I think Arizona overall has a little bit more experience. But what I like in this matchup, yes, it'll be a fast-paced, up-tempo game. I think Arizona does it better, but Arizona has a huge edge from 2-point range. As I mentioned, neither team takes many three-point shots. Both score down low more often than not. But Arkansas has a weak 2-point defense. A huge disparity here, and that's going to be the difference in this game. 365 Division I teams. Arizona has the second best 2-point defense in the country. Arkansas ranks only 275th. So in a game where neither team relies heavily on the three, we have a substantial edge down low, especially with the interior defense with Arizona. Arizona also enters this game as the number one defensive efficiency team in the country now, and they're 7th offensively. Arkansas 5th offensively. Yeah, they're really good offense, but they're only 55th in defensive efficiency. Arizona also the number one effective field goal defense in the country. Arkansas only 177. So defense is going to be the difference, especially interior D. I think Arizona holds a substantial edge there. If you're going to play it, lay it with the Arizona Wildcats minus the 7.5. And there are some 8s out there, minus the 7.5 to -8. That game goes at 9:45 Eastern on CBS in San Jose, California. So maybe a little bit of a side edge too. The Arizona fans will probably travel pretty well. All right, speaking of side edges, no doubt about it, home game for Houston against Illinois, and this is your final game of the night at 10:05 Eastern back on TBS and truTV. Get Steve Merril and Impractical Jokers. Love that show. Comment below if you like Impractical Jokers. I'm sure it'll be on after the Illinois-Houston game. They always rerun them all night long. This should be a great matchup, though, and as I said, the Arizona-Arkansas game is going to be great. Fast-paced. This will be more defensive. Total's only around 140. And the favorite right now, Houston -3. That line looks a little hefty, but I do think you probably give the Cougars, I love giving the Cougars a home court advantage. You probably give them about a point and a half here. So that's why the line looks a little inflated. Yes, Houston will have the home crowd edge, but this is a really good Illinois team. As I mentioned earlier, Illinois is my pick in this bracket, in my bracket, to make the Final Four out of this region. And I'm liking their chances better than that. Florida's been bumped, but they got to get by Houston, and I think they can do so in this game. Cougars play extremely slow half-court basketball, but Illinois also is a slow half-court team. Yes, they're a great offensive team, but they still do not play at a fast pace. So I think they'll be comfortable in the half-court set against Houston, and I also like the matchup here for a few reasons. Illini rely heavily on the three, and that's how you beat Houston. Houston's always got an aggressive interior defense. They've got the 9th best 2-point defense in the country, 42nd 3-point defense, which is still good, but that's the weakness. And they do give up a lot of threes on the perimeter. So I do think Illinois will get some shots off, and they can make them in this game. And another matchup I want to talk about is Houston does not get to the free throw line much, and Illinois allows the smallest percentage of points from the free throw line of any team in the country. So I don't think Houston's going to get a lot of easy baskets in this one. Two excellent offenses, And yes, Houston probably rates a slightly better defensive team here. Two really good offensive rebounding teams as well. These teams are really equal in many metrics here, and I think it's going to be a tight game. And this line looks a little inflated because the game is in Houston. I'll take the dog here, a live dog, Illinois +3. That game tips off at 10:05 Eastern on truTV and TBS. Hey, there you go. Quick hitter for you on all 4 NCAA Sweet 16 games for this Thursday night, March the 26th. And don't forget, I'll give you all 4 Friday games as well in another video, so make sure you click subscribe and you click the bell so you never miss out when the Friday video is posted here on Wager Talk TV. And don't forget also, the Major League Baseball season has begun. I'll be giving you more baseball videos here over the next few months. NBA playoffs start next month in April. I'm planning on giving you every NBA playoff game just like I did last season, just like I did for the NFL playoffs, just like I did for all the college bowl games. If you're finding it useful, you know the deal. All I ask is a quick thumbs up like. It takes less than 2 seconds to click the thumbs up like. The more likes, the more views, the more positive comments below, the more free play videos I'll do every day, the complete tournament, and I'll give you all the NBA playoffs and some baseball along the way as well. Seriously, if you're finding the videos useful, I'll keep them coming. That's all I ask. Let me know in the comments below. Thumbs up, like, and sharing is caring. Tell a friend. Refer them to Wager Talk TV this March Madness season. Once again, click subscribe and click the bell as well so you'll know when these videos are posted each and every day, including Friday's 4-pack for the Sweet 16. Now, when I'm giving you every single tournament game like I'm doing, a lot of these are light TV leans only. I'm letting you know which way I'm looking in every game, trying to give you some free picks, opinions, analysis for those of you doing your own handicapping. I know many of you want to play all the TV games, have fun with it. Nothing wrong with doing that. Enjoy March Madness. But make sure you manage your bankroll correctly. If it's a light TV lean, 1% of bankroll is appropriate. Now, sometimes these games do make my best bet service, and the only way to know which games I'm personally using as best bets, strong 4% plays, that's right, 4 times stronger than a light TV lean, is to be a direct client at wagertalk.com. And right now is such a great time to get on board. NCAA tournament still in full effect. NBA playoffs right around the corner. Daily NBA is crushing it. You know, we're talking college hoops here, but don't sleep on pro basketball. You know, a couple nights ago, I gave you an NIT video on Tuesday. I mentioned going into Tuesday, we were on a 13-3 NBA run the past week, 40-22 of the previous 30 days, and up over 100 units since December 1st. In the NBA alone, the last 3.5 months, my clients have doubled their bankroll. So you might want to consider an all sports, all access. I know everyone gets excited for March Madness college hoops. That season's dwindling down, though. There's only a handful of games remaining. But there's a ton of NBA, playoffs right around the corner. And as I mentioned earlier, baseball has begun this week. Don't miss out. Great time to get on board an all sport, all access. And the price has never been better. You can buy 3 days, get 3 days for free. 6 days for the price of 3, just $69, dude. No promo code needed. Or a new special this week. You know, yes, the 6-day is nice, but if you're to stack them, and it is stackable, you could buy 5 of them. That'd be 30 days for you. Be $345. Normally a 30-day is $299. A little bit of a discount, but I want a bigger discount for you all. So I'm taking another $100 off that. That's right, a 30-day all access for just $199 this week when you use promo code SM100. SM100. Gets you an instant $100 discount on a 30-day all access. Gets it from $299 down to $199. That's every college and pro basketball best bet and baseball best bet for the next 30 days and nights. Now, you need to use that promo code. So go to the right side of my page, Steve Merril, wagertalk.com. Of course, you can get there quicker, wt.buzz/SM. You know that. You'll see the drop-down menu for the all access. You'll see a 30-day is $299. Select it, put it in your cart, and at checkout, use promo code SM100 to get that instant $100 discount and get 30 days all access for just $199. So, hey, look, if you want to try it out, the buy 3 days, get 3 more days free for $69 is great. But if you're ready to start taking a more true investment approach consistently each and every day, 30-day all access for $199 with promo code SM100 is a great deal. Now, those of you who've been with me, for my Red Hot NBA and doubled your bankroll over the past few months, you might want to upgrade to a full year all sport, all access. And this is really a great time to do it. You can get the rest of college hoops, all of next year's regular season through the first round of the NCAA is next year. You can get all the NBA playoffs and basically all of next year's regular season. The complete baseball season from start to finish, which just begun. And then, of course, all of next year's college and pro football complete seasons. Now's a great time to get the 365-day all access. And with the instant $500 discount that's still available, it works out to about $1 a play. Think about that. About $1 a play every sport, every day for the next 365 days and nights. And there's no promo code needed. That instant $500 plus discount is applied right now on my page at wagertalk.com. Doesn't matter if you choose 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year. Every client gets the same best bets I'm personally using, and it has always been that way since I started way back in August of 1996. That's right, this summer will be my 30th anniversary coming up as a full-time professional sports bettor and handicapper, and it's always been the same. If I'm using a play, every client gets it. I have one set of selections. They're my personal best bets, and you get them every day at wagertalk.com. And oh, by the way, bonus free play alert. The last cut from my best bet card, my strongest remaining opinion, goes up free every day on my page with analysis. So if you're new to sports betting, if you're still doing your own handicap and you want to build your bankroll, go get the daily free play, including that free play for Thursday night right now. And also check out the best bets and the special offers. Steve Merril, wagertalk.com. And of course, get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. On the way out, you can also follow me on social media on X and Instagram for free plays, updates, links to the videos on X and Instagram at Steve Merril. 2 R's, 1 L, Merril. You know the deal, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because you also know there's more free play videos coming up next.